Today guys, on the Everyday Golfer, we're going to discuss a big thing that I get asked a lot. Should I have a 5-wood, should I have a 3-wood, or should I have both? We've got an Everyday Golfer here today and we're going to start to show you why a 5-wood might be more beneficial for more of you golfers than a 3-wood. Let's get straight into it and let's see which one wins. Here we have the two clubs in question. So this Everyday Golfer has a 5-wood at 18 degrees, he has a 3-wood at 15 degrees that's currently not in his bag. And we've been in the studio and tested these for numbers, but we're going to show you out on the golf course how they perform and does it justify his decision. So in comes mid-handicap Dave here. So Dave's had a 5-wood in his bag for the last 6 to 7 months. So you've been confident with this club, Dave?
Yeah, and I think it's because it's a bit more like me hybrids. A bit more loft on it, just makes me feel a bit more comfortable over the ball.
Yeah, and you've been using this sometimes as a replacement for your driver because you've not been driving great, as everybody knows on the channel if you've seen any of Dave's videos. But you've been confident with this and getting it nearly as far as your best drives.
Well, I won't say my best drives, but on average I'd say it's going like 195 to 200, which I'm going to take, and generally more chance of it being somewhere near the fairway rather than somewhere near the middle of trees.
Exactly, so let's see that now. So Dave's been playing well with this 5-wood, so let's see the shot and flight he's been getting. So you've been getting a mid-trajectory, Dave.
Yeah, which is what I was looking for really.
A nice flight that suits his eye. Just like that, a little bit out of balance, just up the right hand side of this fairway. Nice launch, nice distance. Let's get him in here now with his 3-wood, which again hasn't been in his bag for a while, and it wasn't a club that he did use a lot when he did have it in there due to confidence. Let's have a look.
You can probably see, Chris, centre at club face is hardly touched.
Yes, unused. But comment below guys, do you have a 3-wood in your bag? Do you use it a lot? Do you use it off the tee? Do you use it off the fairway? Dave doesn't use or wasn't using this off the fairway, was you, Dave?
No, because I'm scared to death of it.
Scared
I'll be a bit flippant there, not scared to death of it, but I had a tendency to top it.
So we have hit some shots in the studio, again off the mat, but you'll see the numbers, very interesting here, and again consistency wise, certainly something for you to think about if you're looking to change. Again, up the middle, but very low.
Very low. I don't think that's gone as far as the 5-wood has, if I'm honest. We'll see though when we get up there.
And that's very interesting. It's low and it's trying to run. We know it's wet out there, but we don't think it's even got past the 5-wood, which launched higher, was much easier to swing for Dave, and he has a lot more confidence in it. So guys, this is something that you need to look into going into this winter. Think about at the top end of your bag, is there anything that you could tweak a little bit? If you know what kind of shaft you like, there's always a second-hand market. There's places like Golf Clubs for Cash, that's something that you could buy them. You've got Golf Bidder, something that you could get on there and maybe sell your 3-wood, buy a 5-wood or even a 4-wood. There's plenty of options, but you want to think about what kind of club are you trying to get. Are you wanting to get a little bit more launch? Are you wanting to get something that runs out a little bit more? It's all dependent on what kind of golf course you play. And the top end of the bag is just as important as the bottom end of the bag to help you score. We want you to have confidence on the tee to be able to hit more fairways. If we hit more fairways, we've got a better chance of hitting the green. So guys, as we come up here, we can see 3-wood is closer to the middle of the fairway, but distance wise, we've got exactly the same out of the 5-wood, and Dave certainly feels a little bit more comfortable over that. We see if anything, the 5-wood's actually snuck a little bit more yardage there. Let's get into the studio, let's have a look at some numbers before we go onto the 9th hole and hit a couple more down there. Okay, so if we talk 5-woods, we can see here from Dave that he was carrying it 170 yards, nearly 171, and going out to 192. You can see the dispersion is pretty good. We've had 2 down the centre, 2 ever so slightly left, but not too far, 1 out to the right, but there's a consistency in the height that Dave is getting. He's getting a consistent height. He's not getting that launch too low, and are going to cost him a little bit of run. This is where the club, obviously in the summer and when the ground has been firm, Dave's enjoyed this because he's getting a lot more run out. He's getting over 200 yards. I think his best on Arcos was at around about 210 yards. So certainly gave him enough distance for him to be able to get towards a lot of greens. Obviously, if we then talk about the 3-wood, we can see that 3-wood is actually carrying a little bit less, so only carrying 162, and we can see there's very much differences in strike and flight and height there. Running out to 200 yards, so still going a little bit further, but not consistent, and that's why Dave has decided to take the 3-wood out of the bag, because he didn't see any consistency. It was very similar, unfortunately, to his driver. But if we think about the height of that, we can see that obviously 3-wood is averaging, with some low ones, 33 feet in the air, and we're looking at, with his 5-wood, we're getting to 55 feet in the air. So a nice different flight on that, a consistent ball flight, and something that Dave likes the look of when he is hitting those shots. So let's get back out into the golf course. Let's start with Dave's 3-wood. Take it away, Dave. And that's a fantastic shot there from Dave. So very interesting there to see how much further that has gone than his 5-wood. It has just ran through the fairway because it was such a good strike, Dave. You'd be happy with that one, wouldn't you?
It might have to come back in bag if it does stuff like that, Chris.
Well,
if it does stuff like that, on a consistent basis, obviously.
Yeah, and that's where we've hit the numbers, Dave, and we saw there wasn't much consistency inside.
Correct.
But you said that was obviously very much like out on the golf course.
Yeah, and I am hitting off a really small tee here, which, whether it's really does make any difference, but it's more a confidence thing, I think.
Yeah, but you wouldn't use it, and you don't feel like you could manipulate that into a green.
No.
Whereas
this, yeah.
You feel like you can take a bit off it if you need to, or you can try and do stuff with it.
And also, I'm fairly confident about how high it's going to go and what sort of shape it's going to stay with the 5-wood. Tend to get a little bit of a fade with it, which I'm quite happy with, if I'm honest.
Yeah, but you know it's a consistent flight. You've not really had any quick lefts or
No.
low ones.
No. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm mid-handicap, so chances are they're not all going to be great shots. But generally, there's just a consistent little fade and fairly high.
Yeah, perfect. Right, let's see one more with this then. Let's see this consistent fly. And then we're going to actually hit one into the green here on the 9th and show you, again, just the feel that Dave could be a little bit more consistent. We might even go in a little bit closer and see if Dave can take a little bit of distance off this 5-wood to show the versatility. But if you're looking for a club, guys, again, we know there's 7-woods out there, we know that there's utilities, we know there's hybrids, but the 5-wood is something that has gone missing in recent years. That's a little bit of a toe on, but a nice fly, but on the same line, so it'll be very interesting to see distance-wise there. Not a best strike, but how much have you lost compared to the 3-wood? So up here now, we can see the 5-wood did turn over a little bit. It's in the rough, but again, only probably 5 yards behind the 3-wood, which you did hit well, Dave.
Yeah, I did. That's unusual for me with 3-wood over the last couple of years, if I'm honest.
And that's the thing there, isn't it, Dave? You try, that's a good one, but you don't know when the next one's coming with that, whereas with the 5-wood you feel...
But and with the 5-wood, as soon as I hit it, I knew it was a bad shot, but it's not in any real danger, and it's only 5 yards behind what I thought was an excellent shot for me with a 3-wood.
Yeah, so very interesting there, but we're going to go a little bit closer now and see if Dave takes a little bit out of it. Can he control it into this green? We've got a front flag, so we're going to give Dave, see how versatile it is and see, obviously, out of the two, has he made the right decision? And what can we get him to spend his money on next? Right, Dave, so 5-wood here, so we've got 170 in, and this is into the breeze, so this is where your 4 hybrid can't quite reach.
No, it's a bit too into the wind for it, Chris.
Yeah, and previously you'd have to go 3-wood, but you wouldn't really have much confidence in controlling the height. So let's see, is this the most versatile club Dave's got in his bag? Again, a little bit of a mistrike, but that's pretty good down there.
Yeah.
We'll see that's running down there just short of the green. So we can see again, if we're talking tour average, that would be probably within 40 feet, which is that's just short. Nice and easy to get the start line there, Dave. A little bit of a divot, which is what we want to take, but let's see now, is it as easy with a 3-wood? So it's probably not a shot you would have tried, is it, Dave? You'd have probably still hit 4 hybrid and take a chip?
Yes.
Yeah,
definitely.
Yes is the answer. Right, let's see. Can he pull something out of the hat? He's pulled something out. But the classic taking a bit off, he's leaked that to the right, so that has missed the green down there in the rough. So not as easy, Dave. No.
It came out a bit too low as well, Chris. Obviously I didn't have confidence in it because, well, I just don't. So.
And you feel like, obviously you felt like you have to try and manipulate it maybe, hang back and...
That's why, it would have been 4 iron and I'll take a chip.
Let's get down there, let's see where they are and compare them. So guys, coming down here we can see the 5-wood's just short, and again if we talk tour average, probably just outside 40 feet, but He's given Dave a chance. Wasn't a perfect strike, but he's got away with it. 3 wood.
It's
Probably front edge of the green, so probably pin high here.
Yeah.
But it's, again, it's leaked out to the right, and it feels like it's a lot of manipulating with that club. So guys, we can see there that's a massive thing you need to think about. Dave's just proved that why he's made the decision to buy a 5 wood. It's a fantastic option. If you're struggling with your 3 wood, you might struggle with your driver, but more so if you struggle with your 3 wood and you just feel like you've got it in there just for the sake of having it in there, consider getting a 5 wood. A 5 wood can be something that can be used off the tee, give you that confidence. We saw from Dave's numbers there wasn't actually much in it at all. Obviously a little bit more carry with the 5 wood, a little less total, but the dispersion was fantastic. A lot more centre, a lot more comfortable over that ball, and it's something that's helped him again shoot better scores this year, feel more confident, and just enjoy his golf. So something certainly for you to look at. So guys, comment below what else do you want to see Dave test coming into the winter. Again, we've got a couple of great videos of Dave on the channel soon, talking about what he's going to do with his winter practice, how he knows what to practice on, and we'll see you then.